And so our 6.3, acknowledge September 23rd, 2022 as Native American Day in Lake County. And presentation of proclamation declaring the second Monday in October as Indigenous Peoples Day in Lake County. And I'll read this, and Moak will come up with me as well.
We have someone in the audience too.
Okay, Ron. Ron, you want to come up, Ron? Looks like we have an elder from the Habenapo tribe, Big Valley tribe, Ron Montez, here with us. And so I'll start out by beforehand just stating that I know that there's also some council members. I see a council member, Crystal Arroyo, on Zoom from Robinson Rancheria, and Esther Stauffer from she's the administrator from Robinson Rancheria. I've seen her on Zoom as well. And so one of the things I just like to say is there's a lot of great things happening when it comes to California, the nation, recognizing the Indigenous people. I know for Lake County, it's wonderful that Moak and myself are part of this board. We provide a liaison for the local tribes, and that's one of my goals as a leader, is to make that bridge. I'm also on the RCRC board, which has counties that are rural that work with tribes as well. And they often come to me for just advice on how to work with the local tribes. And so I'm really glad that I can serve as that conduit, and I think that's been needed for quite some time. And so I just wanted to state that, and I know Moak does the same, and there's another Indigenous county supervisor in Alpine County, and of course there's also Assemblyman Ramos. So just wanted to give those insights and then move on with the proclamation. So proclamation declaring the second Monday in October Indigenous Peoples Day in Lake County. Whereas the area known as Lake County has been home to people for greater than 12,000 years, and the richly diverse cultures of the 7 tribal nations indigenous to Lake County: Middletown Rancheria of Pomo Indians of California, Koi Nation of Northern California, Big Valley Band of Pomo Indians, Scotts Valley Band of Pomo Indians, Habematolil Pomo of Upper Lake, Robinson Rancheria of Pomo Indians of California, and Elam Indian Colony, have informed every aspect of our community's history. And whereas policies and practices of the United States and earlier colonial governments deprived Indigenous people in the state of California and Lake County specifically of land holdings, liberty, even life itself. And whereas the County of Lake is committed to protecting rights of tribal organizations and institutions to strengthen their own communities. And whereas Indigenous Peoples Day was first proposed to the United Nations more than 40 years ago. And whereas in January 2019, Lake proudly became the first United States county with 2 concurrently seated American Indian supervisors. And whereas because of our historic position, we have a responsibility to lead in honoring and celebrating the legacy of all America's indigenous peoples, and particularly those indigenous to Lake County. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Lake County Board of Supervisors declares each second Monday in October Indigenous Peoples Day in Lake County, passed and adopted this 4th day of October, 2022, and signed by all of our supervisors here. Of course, absent of District 4, but me and Jessica, we could probably sign on those, but yeah, we'll go for it from there. So Ron, I didn't know, or Supervisor Simon, I don't know if you wanted to say anything. Okay, so if you wanted to say anything.
It's always a good thing to remember who we are and where we come from. When that comes to Lake County, your indigenous people, my relatives, have been here for over 25,000 years, according to some archaeologists. And we have prospered through millennia of hardships, nature caused, and storm, heat, cold, and we've adapted to every circumstance and have learned to take what Creator had given us to sustain us as a people with no metal. We built baskets to cook our food in. We put hot stones inside the baskets to heat the water to cook our mush that we ate every day, made from acorns. There are such signs of genius amongst our people that I am in awe when I go to a ceremony and look at the regalia that was made, representing our connection to the ground, to the sky, the water, and the trees, and those animals that sustained us, and the plants that provided our sustenance. When I see the images that had to come to my people to sit and to take those and make something so intricate, and so meaningful, and so much of themselves into it, I sit amazed and so proud of my ancestors, because they've given me courage, fortitude, and I'm so proud of what they have accomplished. And my hope is that I can take what they have left me and take that to my generation and the generations below with that same sense that I have inside of my spirit today, that all of our people, indigenous people, who may have been looked down upon because they were not, they were looked down as savage because it didn't compare with other. But in our own ways, we were kings and queens. We knew our relationship and have found that peaceful place of abiding in it, in harmony with everything that was around us, and treated everything with that same respect. And if I can communicate that to the generations below, then I will have lived a productive life that I could be proud of, and to go home to my ancestors and say that I've done well. And so I appreciate this day of recognizing what we have always been here before there was a California, before there was a United States. And we'll probably be here. Well, if anything else happens, we're all going to go together. So we're stuck together. We need to support and stand as one people now united upon this earth. And so I thank you for this moment for me just to share my heart and my thoughts with you. And may it carry something and spark something in your heart and mind that you'll remember today as Indigenous, and that there is something that was spoken that touched you that you can take with you, and let that just give you a boost. Thank you so much.
Is there anyone on Zoom that's a tribal leader that would like to state anything? I know we had a couple on there. Is anyone? Well, I don't. If you are, please raise your hand. If not, we'll count to 5, 4, 3.
I don't see him.
2, 1. All right. I think Supervisor Simon.
Amani Kalaktak, Moke Simon. Hello, my name is Moke Simon. I speak our Quetzalcoatl language today in honor of the indigenous people here in Lake County, and I know each and every one of us carry on that tradition that's been passed on for thousands of years. But I was blessed today by the elders' words. As we do, we walk in two worlds, as EJ said, both here serving our community as a whole and also our tribal nations. But we have become educators. And, you know, I take that to heart. Every chance I have an opportunity to educate folks across the country and here in Lake County of what the Indigenous people have endured, but also how resilient we are. So today is a proud day. Obviously, September 23rd is another great day in the state of California for Native American Day. I know all of our tribes went and participated at the state capitol, you know, proudly displaying our flags and going through that. But the Indigenous Day on Monday is just one more recognition that we need to continue in our fight and struggle to educate folks of the Indigenous people of this country. So today I'm honored. I want to thank the county leadership, this board, and previous administrations as we came on board to really acknowledge these things. So thank you very much. I'm greatly honored. And once again, every time I can stand in the presence of an elder, it's a blessing. So Ron, thank you very much.
Chair Crandall, I know that we do have Esther Stauffer in the attendees. Not sure if she wants to speak, but that's the one that I can find.
Yes, Esther, if you'd like to unmute.
There we go.
Yeah.
She's coming in.
Okay. And then we'll do public. Joan, 1 second. Let this lady speak first, and then. Is she coming on? You have to unmute Esther. There we go. All right. In the meantime, Joan, you wanted to come up and say something as well.
I am Joan Moss. I worked and lived and suffered with people on many reservations. And Ron Montez is a beautiful, beautiful speaker. But I wanted to say that I believe that he started out and was born at Elim Indian Colony. I learned that from my friends. Thank you.
Esther, if you were able to unmute, or? All right. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and hold that and move forward from here. But thank you again, Ron, for coming in and honoring us with your words, and also on behalf of the county, you take the proclamation and go from there. So, all right. Thank you. We'll take a picture.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to open your proclamation?
Yeah, there you go.
Scooch.
Oh, great. Okay, let me make sure I get the proclamation. Cool. Thank you. One more. Great. Thank you so much.
All right. Yes, Vice Chair Pyska.
I just want to say what an honor it is to serve with both of you and to learn from both of you. And you lead with your hearts. And I know this is a unique situation where we have two tribal leaders, or used to be a tribal leader, on this board. It's unique in California, it's unique in the country, and it's really powerful.
Thank you. Thank you. Supervisor Sabatier.
Two things. One, Ron, sir, you speak beautifully. Thank you very much for your words today. Definitely felt and heard. Thank you so much. And I want to say that while it was unique in 2019, things are changing. It is no longer unique. I was just with I believe it's a commissioner, not a supervisor in Arizona, where there are 2 out of 5 board members are Native American. I'm going to say the county wrong, but it's the county that represents the Grand Canyon. And so things are changing, just like our Department of Interior is led by a Native American as well. Things are very much changing in this country, and the ability to be in any position should be an opportunity for everyone in this country, and yeah.
Thank you, Supervisor Sabatier. And it's good to see that the country in general is starting to become what it is. Everybody from all walks of life is serving in capacity for everyone, and I think that's the ultimate goal. So thank you again. And if there's nothing else, I'll close this item. Oh, go ahead, Supervisor Simon.
Comment on all those. It's an honor to serve with each and every one on this board throughout the county, and also inclusion, the word of our time, everyone. It was said from one of our elders, we are all one here, becoming one tribe, as I would always put it, but, we go from there. Inclusion, equity, those are all conversations that we need to continue, and I know this county is working hard to do that. So I want to thank the constituents and also the leadership of this board, so thank you.
All right.